phrased the question. So the first angle is that you said that there are some love languages that may not be in full expression when you are still a single. So I was not bringing a scenario that, imagine a lady is all about quality time. I want to hear your voice, we must talk every time, let's talk. And the other partner is so busy with so many activities that it is overwhelming him. Obviously, that is our own love language. And at that point, he's getting overwhelmed. That how do I handle the situation? This lady is affecting me too much. Now, I don't want to ask that in that situation, is it not getting excessive? Number one. And number two is, how do you handle that situation in a way that you communicate with the other party and at the same time you will still be fine? So does putting the other party into consideration, does it mean that you just compulsorily do everything that makes them happy, even at your own risk? So I don't know if my question is getting too complex, but I'm looking at that situation that when we are being considerate of the other party, to what extent do we go to communicate to them? And most guys, they are not all that expressive. A lot are not expressive. They are not the let's talk type. And a lot of ladies just want to talk. They just want to tell you that, oh, this is what happened at work today. Oh, this is it. Oh, I broke my table today. Oh, this and that happened today. And probably the other person is already tired and just want to sleep. So in that situation, I'm asking Sada, what can be the balance for those that in a relationship? That's the aspect. And what can be the balance even when you are married and that love language is getting demanding? So I don't know if you get my question.
I get a question, hopefully. I will first have to say a few things when it comes to a demanding partner, in quote, an excessive demanding partner. Because we have to understand why the partner is demanding so much before you can even satisfy. Because there are some demands that no matter how much you try, you will not be able to satisfy the person until the root cause or what is creating that demand is really addressed. The first thing I would say is that the second rule of love, as given by Jesus, is love your neighbor as yourself. Love your neighbor as yourself. The rule given by Paul based on marriage, he says, so a man ought to love his wife as his own self. So the extent to which you can love yourself, you should be able to love your wife or your spouse. A balance is set there. Number two, some people are over-expressive because of insecurity and because of background and past experiences. They are looking for someone who will occupy a place that Jesus only can occupy. Jesus can use your partner for you, but your partner will not always be there, will not always give you the full thing. So we have a few people like that. I intentionally said that because some of these people that are over demanding, some it is out of a plain act, but some is because of some underlying factors. What they could not get during their childhood age, they want another man to come and give them. For example, a person that lacks fatherly attention while she was young, and he now sees another man coming into place, might want to overly want over expression from that man to fill in the space that the father could have filled while she was young, and it could lead to a lot of problems. So on the side of the person that is maybe on the side of the male now, based on the example you give, you might want to ask a question that, okay, why is my partner, in quote, demanding so much? Is it that I have really been far away, or something is really wrong? Are there something on the part of the lady also? Because understanding those perspectives will make you better address it. And for a lady that seems to be overexpressive, we all have to come to a situation where we understand that the first love language we get is from God and not from any other person. And God, in a way, is just using our partner to express his full love to us. So your partner, you should not set the full expectation on your partner, what you should get from God. I don't want to discuss the mystery of God creating an helpmeet for Adam in the garden. Is God not sufficient to be the help for Adam? Why the need for human? Well, the Bible says God is spirit. Adam is man. God is spirit. Adam is man. Adam operates in spiritual dimension, but he also operates in the emotional and the physical dimension. In order for God to fully meet the help of man in those three areas, he created a helpmeet that will be available, that will be able to connect with him spiritually, that will be available for him emotionally, because God understands our emotions. If it is touched by our emotions, but in quote, he might not be feeling our emotion. Thank God for Jesus that came in the flesh, that make him now understand the emotions of men. He created those emotions, but he has, until the time of Jesus, he has not come in human flesh to fully recognize what we are feeling under the weight of sin. So, in order to fully help a man in the three dimensions, he created a woman in those three dimensions. I have to be going to the foundation so that you know why your partner is over demanding, or why you happens to be over demanding. So you cannot get from your husband what you should get from God. The fellowship, the communion, the expression of love you should get from God. If you feel insecure, if the reason why you are overly looking for that man is because of insecurity, please address that. Discuss with your partner, or if you are not able to approach your partner, that is another insecurity. If you are not able to approach your partner about how insecure you are, discuss with a mentor or a pastor. If not only from your man, but from a few people around you, you've gotten feedback before that it seems you are always over demanding, looking for attention. You are not wrong, you are not bad, but it could be signs or symptoms of some foundational issue. But if those are addressed, the next thing is, okay, this is my love language. I just want to express my day with you. It makes me feel light. The question is, okay, yes, even though I want 3 hours, but is it possible for us to be meeting in the middle? At least show that you are concerned and you want to listen, even though you may not be able to give me the full. So you must be able to recognize the fact that I don't want to raise a bar too high for my man. The little effort he could do over time to give me, I must appreciate it. So if you think he should have talked with you for 3 hours every day, and he has been giving you the time maybe 1 hour every other day, appreciate it, even though you want more. In appreciating it helps the man. You are giving a kind of response to the man to do more. Number 2 is that make your encounter also count while putting the man also in your thinking. This man has been stressed all day, so he also needs to rest. In what way can I also meet his need during our conversation? As he's giving the time to me, is there any way I can also help him overcome the stress, the insecurity, or the things, the challenges he has faced in his day, rather than discussing me alone? So in expecting that love, don't be selfish in your approach. Don't be self-centered. because love is a two-dimensional expression. So in a way, when the man also sees that, okay, I have something to gain, even though not up to what I expect in this conversation, it will be available. Then to a man that gets so busy, I told you one of the prayers I've been praying and my concern is that the world has created a system and is fully doing that every day, that we want to take your attention. Not that some people are not willing to spend the time, but they know what is at stake. They are encumbered and under prayer to the intent that even though they want to do, the prayer is even more. So you as a partner expecting, approaching in that light, that understand that you have everything. Don't just say, you don't want to call me. Do you really love me? You do not care for me. Speak as if you understand the man also. I know you are going through a lot. I know you have a lot to face in your day. Nonetheless, I believe you also putting me as part of your day would help our relationship, and in a way, I will be able to contribute to what you are going through, and we can face this together. I know you are trying as a man, and I know that we can and have valuable thing you are contributing, especially understanding the language of that man also, and you want to give, so that it could be a two-way thing. And that man is not under the labor of also meeting your expectation coupled with what he's carrying. But if he knows that you are carrying his weight with him, in a way, he is less pressured because you are there with him to also give you part of that attention. So don't be too overly demanding and not understanding the other partner. And for the other partner, like I said, you just have to make a choice and some sacrifice. Let your partner know that you understand her and you want to give her attention. And sincerely, even if it is not how much you could give, but consistency. You could break some cycles during your work, send text message, try to communicate, give and hope that you are coming. And even if it's all about calling and sleeping off, even though some people don't like that. Personally, me, I don't like that. Me, I've been expecting you since keeping myself awake, and I'm now talking to you and you sleep off on me. It can be so painful. Nonetheless, like I said, if we are not so self-centered, in which most of us do, we'll be able to understand that this person is tired. And the fact that he was even able, or she was able to pick my call and was listening till he sleep off shows that he really cares. Maybe we'll continue the conversation tomorrow. And the one that sleep off, don't just think it is normal to sleep off. When you wake up, acknowledge the fact that you sleep off and you are really sorry. And the fact that you are so weak, that is why you could not continue, and possibly make amendment. You could look for time during the weekends where you make your partner your priority. I cannot give you much during the week, but this weekend I'm sacrificing. Any other thing I have to stay. My boss have to understand that I also have a family, and this time I'm giving it to you, except if it is daring something, a step you have to take. So it's all about many intricacies depending on peculiar circumstances, because every experience is unique. So there's no one way into this until. So if you are going through that in your relationship, that is why you need a mentor, you need a counselor. Every stage of your relationship, even marriage, you are going through that. Have meaningful conversation between the two of you, and sometimes speak to people who are ahead. How did they manage that phase? How could you possibly navigate? What are the other possible ways available, in such a way that you are able to express yourself and your husband or your spouse is fully available for you? So I don't want to give a one-way answer. Everybody have their unique experiences. Talk when you need to talk, and when you need help, don't be too afraid or ashamed to get help, because at the end of the day, if everything boomerang and everything skyrocket, people that you don't want to hear will carry the rumor all around, and the shame will be more. So leave aside the shame now and address issue when they are needed to be addressed. Get help when it is needed. Praise God.
Hallelujah.